Coming to you from the second floor of the Norris University Center, this is the final Daily Northwestern Women's Basketball Roundtable with beat writer Robbie Levin and editors Danny Daly and myself, Brian Chapata. The women concluded their regular season on a sour note, losing at Ohio State 78-47, then falling to Illinois at home. Robbie, how do these losses happen, and how do you think this is affecting their psyche?
Well, it is, like you said, it is kind of a bad way to end the season. Ohio State is the best team in the conference, one of the best teams in the country, and they, going into that game, it would have taken a monumental effort to pull off an upset, and they just got outplayed basically on all cylinders. And then Illinois is just kind of a bad matchup for them. They were when they went to Champaign, and then same thing back here. They're a very physical team. They play like Michigan State and Northwestern at this point with a relatively young team. I don't know if they're ready for that. So these are kind of two games they want to forget. Like Coach McEwen was saying after the game, I mean, they've proven they can beat some of these top teams. They beat Iowa, they beat Wisconsin, but just Ohio State and Illinois aren't really good matchups for them. So they should just concentrate on Michigan, who they play in the first round of the Big Ten tournament on Thursday, and just move on.
Yeah, and that Ohio State game was kind of strange in the sense that I think they were down 20-4. They rallied that they're only down 5 at the half, and then Ohio State was at 17 straight points at the beginning of the second half. So for about 10 minutes there, they actually played pretty well to pull it with, I think, 30-25 at the half. And then, yeah, as you said, Illinois, they just have never really played well against them. You mentioned their physicality, their athleticism, and just their aggressive defensive style. You saw the fast break steals leading to the layups, and they lost by 10 and got beat in transition 12-0. I mean, that's basically 6 passes near the top of the key that get tipped away that end up making the difference in the game. But then again, it wasn't even really as close as a 10-point game. They were down really 14-15 most of the half before cutting it at the very end, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, and that was kind of the rare game where they could never get close. I mean, even against Ohio State, they pulled within 5, but against Illinois, I mean, after maybe in the beginning of the game it was close, but after that they could never get it close, and I mean, which is unusual for Northwestern, who it seems like all of their games go down to the wire.
Right, and maybe at least everyone had their bad shooting night on the same night. Maybe they just got it all out of their system before the Big Ten tournament, because I mean, 5 of 29 in the first half is not exactly pretty.
They haven't played well against Illinois all season, but they have played well against Michigan. They've won both of their matchups with them. Danny, do you think that they could do that again in the Big Ten tournament?
Yeah, I do. And that 7-10 game was probably the one they wanted to be in. They probably wish that they were on the other side of it, but that still sets them up for a second round against Michigan State if they were to win, which is ideal to being in the 8-9 game and playing Ohio State, who realistically they have no chance against unless Jantel Lavender is kidnapped. But at least playing Michigan again, I mean, they do have some momentum against them, having beaten them both in Michigan and then at home by 4 points each. It doesn't seem, and they beat Michigan once last year too. So as bad a matchup as Illinois is for them, Michigan is a very good matchup.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, both of their games with Michigan are close. Michigan's a team that likes to play around the perimeter, so they're going to have to make sure to guard against that, because the three-pointer can kill you in tournament games and one-and-done elimination tournaments. So they're going to have to make sure to guard against that. But like almost all their games this season, this one will definitely be close.
And as Coach Borseth reminds us, Michigan does not live and die by the 3, so maybe that won't be an issue.
All right, that's all for the Daily's Women's Basketball Roundtable for this quarter. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to keep tuning in to dailynorthwestern.com for the latest basketball coverage and for the best sports coverage on campus.